I'm here today with my July 2021 daily pages. They are, as you may, if you've seen my videos, you know that I have separated out my Hobonichi daily pages from my Hobonichi cousin. And I did really miss the Tomoe River paper. So for this month, I am working in a Hobonichi book that just comes with a grid pages, and I did really enjoy working in this book. So I'll show you today. I'm going to do a flip through of these pages. On the front, I have one of my own little collage elements from Patreon. I have a magazine cutout that I really liked, and I've just glued those on the cover for just a simple little cover. And then we'll move into my book. And since this was just July in this book, this was an old Courtney Diaz, and I just wrote in 2021, one book July. I don't know for sure what the parameters on that challenge are, but I thought it fit my July, every day in July in a book. So to start with, I usually have a page that I reserve for goals, but I had 3 art shows this month, so my only goal really was to keep my head above water and focus on those and making art in between like crazy and just very busy. So I just kind of left it at that on my goals page. This is an elephant sticker, which will soon be available in my Etsy shop. It also was available as a Patreon printable. So on the first, we were on the trip to Whitefish, Montana, to go to attend an art festival there. We had car trouble, kind of picking up where June left off here, but had car trouble, so spent the day trying to track down an alternative vehicle, and just briefly kind of recounted that. I had this beautiful sticker, Montana sticker, so I put that in there. The next day we got a U-Haul truck and headed off. We missed the first day of the show, which actually started on the 2nd, but we traveled and got there that night, ready to set up the next day for the show. So I put a little tip in. This was actually our name, or my husband's name tag for the show. And then on Saturday was the first day of the show, and I kept it pretty simple. Again, this is repeated from my travel journal, where I went a little more in depth. So I just kind of gave a brief overview of the day. If you want to see more, you can go back and look at my travel journal flip through. But this is a sticker I got from Redbubble. This is just a picture of my booth. This was cut from Mantra Wellness magazine, and I just cut out those letters and added my own S for Saturday. And then the next day was 4th of July. I just wrote briefly in there and just kind of collaged a bunch of fun little elements that I had, both from my own Patreon sheets and that by Pocket Journal Pam. I believe Loveland's Life and February and June, plus some stickers that I got, I believe, from Pip Sticks. The next day, I again kept pretty simple. I have a James Burke illustration, a Pocket Journal Pam. I think this was February and June, but I'm not sure. This came with a purchase that we made at this fun little fossil shop. This is from Abiding Journals, and this, and there's a picture of me sitting at a picnic table where it's beautiful, working in my travel journal. Also my sunburnt feet. Again, another simple page. This is from Abiding Journal. This is from my own Patreon sheets, and then just a couple images of the beautiful scenery. Keeping it simple. This is a picture I took of a bear in a like a kind of a gift shop museum area at a campground that we went to. Well, actually, it wasn't a campground. It was like a state park that we went to. And I put a birthday hat on it because this was my granddaughter's birthday. Just, again, a little bit of recording about the day, keeping it simple. This was a daughter's birthday, so I put another little birthday image in here for her. And one of my newest grandbaby's picture that was sent. I have a little tip in here of the Foothills Fine Art Festival because that's the next show that we're headed to at this point. And we set up for it this day. The next morning, our tent was all blown down, so I just put a picture on that. And this is by Pocket Journal Pam. And then the next day, we headed towards home. It was the last day of the show. We started heading home. And then on Monday of the 12th, we got back home. This is just done with watercolors, and that was kind of fun to do, fun and easy technique. This is a picture of my travel journal because I worked on it just a little bit to finish it up that night. This was me as we rode home, just being lazy and napping and taking it easy. Tuesday, our first full day back home, and I was just swamped with catching up with office work and emails and, all those kinds of things. So this was cut out of a magazine. I thought that was a fitting image. This is another granddaughter's birthday, so I put that in there. I got the new pouch pins that I had ordered, the little Delphonics pouch, a pin to go on the pouch. Those will be showing up in my Etsy shop soon. I did some Netflix binging while I made art, getting ready for the next show. This is an announcement of a daughter that's due in February, so this was her little announcement of being expecting. This is a piece I was working on that day. Had a sandwich for supper. I posted to YouTube. My granddaughters were here and we played Scrabble. Had a movie night. Other than that, it was just another working art day. We did celebrate their birthdays since we had been gone during their birthdays, so we had some cupcakes and ate those. On the 17th, a different daughter and her husband came over for supper. I also had a workshop that day. Just wrote a little bit about that. Church the next day was the first time we'd had potluck since before COVID, so that was kind of a momentous milestone. And the chairs are all back in their normal way. So this is a Courtney Diaz. I'm not currently a patron of hers, but I was and I had some old collage sheets, some leftovers, so I put that in there. This was an illustration I had done many years ago. On the Monday, just we had to get some work done on Buster and just usual Monday office work, catching up on things. I have a new person starting to help me, and so this was her first day. And she helped with all kinds of things. Grandkids were here and we played Funglish. That was really fun. I had ordered some used chacos through Macari, and those came to me on that day. On Wednesday, my husband brought home Chick-fil-A. I had a big, I had a dentist appointment, and then just a big making art day. Another big studio day here. I put the audiobook that I listened to, and got it in a package from Moth and Rust that is for a fundraiser for against human trafficking in my local area. And on this day, I got an order that I made from Flimsy Fox with some fun stickers and things like that. And then also, my daughter came and we babysat her dog sat, I guess, her dogs. That night, my son-in-law had a concert and an album release party, and so we went to that, and that was really fun. The next day, we celebrated Gotcha Day. Half of my kids are adopted, and so we always celebrate the day. This isn't the exact day, but we always get the nearest Saturday to celebrate and kind of have a family reunion now that they're all grown. So this, I put just some images from that day. We had snow cones. I played around with a cartooning app and did some of my grandkids' cartoon version. So that was fun. They enjoyed that. It was a big day, so I actually allowed for 2 pages, which is one thing I do like about working in my own book. I have a little bit of flexibility that way about, you know, how I want to distribute my pages. So that was kind of nice. Included room for some family pictures. Only about half of our family made it here, but it was fun for those of us that did get together. And Sunday afternoon, I listened to a radio interview with my son-in-law for his music, and he did a really great job. So that's what, and that sticker was one that that I bought at his album release party. And then in the afternoon, I spent journaling, which was really fun. And you know, I'm always needing to catch up on Sunday afternoons, which I don't mind at all because it's just a very enjoyable way to spend the day to me. I thought this refresh, renew, and recharge was very appropriate for that activity. Monday, we had grandkids over. This is their cartoon versions, which I thought turned out really good. It's also a grandson's birthday, so I made note of that. I have new glasses that I just got, so I just kind of wrote a little bit about that. They actually came a couple days before, but I'm still kind of getting used to them. So, had that. This is a Courtney Diaz printable again that I was going through and using up some of my old things I hadn't used. This is the next audiobook that I was listening to. Did a lot of collage birds, so I put these bird stickers on here, and these are images of some of those. This little strip that's kind of hidden is from James Burke August Collage Club. This is a sticker that I purchased when we were in Colorado. This little image will be on my August printables as well, so I was just kind of trying that out. Put there. This was an older printable that every time I need to catch up on doing dishes, which seems like all the time, it's a fun little sticker to put in. This was one from my travel page on a previous Patreon also sheet. And these Patreon sheets will become available on my Etsy shop. They aren't yet, but they will, especially as time goes on. I'll put some of the older sheets on there so you can get them on Etsy as well. This little figure is one that also will be in my August sheets. These are the pieces I finished up on this day, and this night we left for the show. So talk about working to the last minute. This day we drove partway to Minneapolis. We spent the night and busted our bus in a rest area, and this was a view there. The next morning it was very pretty, actually. And then a little bit about that day and setting up, and visited with my daughter, who is a founder of Minnesota Trauma Recovery Institute, one of the founders, and so she gave us a little tour of that. So it was fun to see. This is the card for the art festival that started then on Saturday. I put a picture of a food truck here because I thought it was so pretty. It was one of my daughter's birthdays that day, so I put that in there. Again, I put a little more detail into my travel journal, so this is just more of an overview. And then that is the last day of July. Now, I just have a few pages left, and I love this Tomoe River paper so much that I will not waste these pages. I will probably use them as like sketchbook or to draw characters or something like that in. So it will not go to waste, but that is the end of July, and there's not very many pages, so I'm not going to start August in this book. I'm going to start it in another book, which I can actually show you here. So this was Tomoe River paper by Hobonichi, a little sketchbook. And it works, watercolor works so much nicer in here than on most other papers. I just love, and I love adding little watercolor accents. So I like using that. This is a Chick Sparrow cover that I got used from Macari as well. And it's in really great shape. And so I have, it's kind of a mess right now. I'm still getting organized. But I have my Hobonichi cousin in here, which I'm going to recover at some point. So I'm still very much using it. I just am using it a little bit differently. I have, using the pages for business, more business related things. But then I have also in here a Galen Leather Company everyday book that is supposed to be Tomoe River paper as well. And I've just started stuffing stuff in here because I haven't really gotten going very well in August, although I did go date some pages to get ready. So, but I have stuffed some things in there that I'm going to use. So that's what I'll be using then for August. So that's it for the July flip through, and let me know what you think in the comments. And if there's, like, if you'd rather me do less talking and more music, or whatever you would like to see in these flip throughs, just let me know in the comments below. And until next time, thanks for watching.